We're like Jack in the Box, up, down.
Well, when, I'll wait for
Get
the
up,
sign.
up and down. Okay.
Mark, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Morning, Debbie.
Good morning, good morning. Is there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Okay, stand as read. And let's look at the minutes.
Last night I make a motion to
Yeah,
approve.
I
I'll
did too.
second.
That's nice to have them early
I'm
like
there.
that. Okay, minutes are approved. Financial report.
Our beginning cash balance is $522,691.09. We did get some township money in, some permits, other things like that, for a total of $351,746.17. Our charges were all normal, HRAs, payroll, AP checks, everything was pretty normal there. For $445,769.32, leaving our ending cash balance at $428,667.94.
Okay, thank you. Anybody got any questions? All right. Accounts payable. Now let's take a good look at the bills.
And I forgot to, when I emailed you guys, that
You didn't
back
tell me.
page, but I did put it in your packet, sorry about that.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay, good. Good.
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills. Second.
Yes.
Yes. That's good when we get that stuff ahead of time on our,
Yes, it is. You can go through midnight tonight.
get that,
I know.
get that done ahead
Took
of
me a little
time.
bit longer yesterday, because I was trying to get that deposit done.
I know we got high expectations of, Kayla.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, where is it? That's what I kept thinking. We do have a meeting, don't we?
Yeah.
Normally I wouldn't.
Okay, public comment. Let's start
Nothing on
start
here.
right back there.
No publics.
There's no public on there, okay? All right. Project updates.
Right now we just are continuing. The Cedar Road Bridge is still ongoing.
Still on there?
It's in the, we set it in the hole last week, I think it was.
Oh,
So it's in place. Now we have to finish the
Finish
wing
it up.
walls and backfill it and guardrail. So hopefully in the next, we're gonna continue working on it as here and there. So hopefully in the next few weeks we can get it open is my goal. So
that's been,
with weather and everything, but
Yeah.
with the storm, now it's just once we get caught up on our winter maintenance, we'll go work on it, and if we have to pull off, we do. So other than that,
That was a
we're
big
just
project, so.
doing our winter.
It looks good.
Yeah.
winter thing.
I want to get out there.
I
I've
went
been
out-
out there.
In Washington said it, and it looked really good.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Thursday after they said it. It's nice to see that we're doing this as the employees to learn it. I mean, Clare County's full of rivers,
Well,
oh yeah.
old bridges.
what do you say, we got 5 more of those kind of systems to put in? So
We
We
got-
need,
we
we
got
need
3 in the
to,
works
we
for
need
next
to learn
year,
this and keep moving
Well,
ahead with it.
I'm very proud of our guys, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. They're doing an amazing job out there. And we're all learning together.
Right.
It's pretty exciting to see that all come together and see something as big as that. This is out of our realm, and leadership. So it's.
After the
great.
meeting, I had
Yeah.
pictures
Gotta
of
learn
when I
it
see them.
unless you do it.
I think, did Angie
Quite
do something
frankly.
in the Cleaver
Yeah, it should be in the Cleaver.
Wednesday?
Next issue.
Well,
Okay,
Today
that's
should
what I,
be.
today, that's
Today?
right, today's Wednesday,
I
yeah.
sent her pictures, I don't
Yeah.
know if she's gonna
Okay,
use them.
good.
I'll have to grab one.
Yeah.
She even said something about putting a video on their website, Facebook,
Oh,
or whatever,
okay.
whatever they have. I'm not sure. She said, because they took a video of
Oh.
it actually being set in.
Oh, all right.
Maybe on there as well, so that'd
That's
be
nice.
pretty
Good.
interesting to see.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it coming along so well.
So far,
It's a
so
lot of
good.
time, I know that.
And then other than that, we just have winter maintenance.
Regular winter maintenance. I see you got the
Lots of
roads,
tree cutting, lots of
Yeah.
snow plowing.
especially after that storm last, a lot of trees.
Yeah.
Um,
We still
Heavy
got a
snow.
lot of mailboxes we need to take down, but we're working on it.
some people
That
put,
heavy, that heavy snow.
That was some heavy,
some of them are a
heavy
little
snow
bit
though.
close to the road. I know
Yeah.
that they're allowed to have them on the road right away.
Mm.
We allowed that years ago, you know.
But the snow is so heavy.
But
Yeah,
that heavy
it was.
snow, yeah. Yeah, I had some calls, people called me, my driveway got plowed in, and there are big balls of snow, can you get a I said, no.
You want your
No,
road
I
open,
said,
your
if you have
driveway's
if you have an emergency, you call,
Uh-huh.
and we'll get you out, you know.
Mhm.
But, no, we can't, do that, so
Mhm.
call your plow guy.
This one's bad because the guys have to slow down because of all the trees and limbs, so they're going slower, so they're not
No,
sliding it out, you know, it's not spraying, it's clumping,
well,
so,
that heavy stuff clumped.
And the ground's not frozen.
right? And the
Well,
ground-
that was part of the issue.
One of the other
We-
issues.
We got the road open,
Yeah.
but it wasn't frozen yet, and then we
Yeah.
purposely waited a couple days to let the road freeze.
Mhm.
And then we went back through and started opening them up more,
Right.
pushing the snow back, so if somebody plowed their driveway on Saturday, they probably got
Then they
more
get
of their
these
driveway
couple
on Monday,
balls of-
right?
Yeah, it's
But
inevitable.
it's,
But anyway, that was good, good
normal
job.
stuff.
there's a reason that
Hard
we
of
do
living
it.
in Michigan.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's procedure here.
And, I see that most our gravel roads are looking good. You guys got them in good shape before the,
Yeah, yeah, we
You
thought
go-
we were pretty
you're fine.
prepared for
Yeah.
this, yeah.
okay. Is that all?
That's it.
Okay. Jerry Becker's up.
I know.
Yeah. You're the next one on the agenda.
I didn't even know I made the agenda.
I put your name down so.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah.
To talk about the radios.
Yeah, I was asked to come here regarding the 800 radio MPSCS
Right.
system across, Michigan and across Clare County, and I'll tell you, I'm excited about this, about getting the road commission on board, because they're kind of the last player in this project. We got the transit authority on board 3 years ago, because I was just updating my slide program this morning for you guys to do your training, so I took their slides that I did a couple years ago. They've been on for 3 years now, and so we've got them as a partner, and to have you guys on as a partner would bring us into full interoperability. All the fire departments are on 800. All the police agencies are on 800. All of our, basically all of our public safety system is all on 800. MMR ambulance system is on 800. Just a little history on the 800 system. It's a digital trunk
Yeah.
system. Can you monitor it? Yep. You can buy a scanner. They're less than $300 now, and monitor the system. So the only thing that you cannot monitor is the encrypted stuff, which is usually a drug team, ES team, that type of operation where it's encrypted communications. Other than that, it's open to public monitoring. There are thousands and thousands of users. We're working with Grand Rapids right now. Grand Rapids Metro. That's part of our Region 6 Homeland Security Division I work for and I oversee actually. And Grand Rapids Metro, which is Kent County, Ottawa County, and Muskegon County are all in the process of coming on. It's like over 10,000 radios that they're getting ready to put on right now. So it's a big system, and it's the key to it is interoperability. It will allow all of us to communicate again instead of you guys kind of out on an island right now, on the Moto Turbo system, and the rest of us are on the 800 system. So I
Yeah.
can pick up a microphone and immediately talk to anybody, within our family. So It's, you know, I mean, there's a training class that goes on with it. I'm an instructor for the state, and so I can do your training free of charge. I'll come in and train all your employees. It takes about 2 hours to do a training, so we can do,
I see.
you know, multiple sessions if you want. You know, it's a little bit pricey to come on. I mean, you'll find it, you know, the radios, you'll find a, you know, a VHF radio like you're buying right now is around, what, $600-700, I mean, for a motor turbo. Although 800 has come down dramatically, I mean, it's still around $2,000 for a, you know, a Motorola 800 radio. You know, the radios, some of the radios that we carry in public safety are a little more pricey, but they've more bells and whistles and things, so. You know, but once you're on, you're on. I'm using a radio that's 4 years old. I've got radios in our fleet that are, we purchased in 2008. We've also got some radios, I've got a couple of radios in my storage locker that are still functional, and those were purchased in 1998.
Oh, yeah?
So, the longevity is there. I mean, it's been around for a while.
What do you see going forward, longevity-wise, with the 800 system?
Yeah, that
800
was our biggest concern.
Yeah, our 800 system, it's not going anywhere. I mean, they just put millions and millions of dollars in upgrade in the system recently. The state did. The whole system is operated, and I'll go through this in my training that I do, and you're all welcome to come. Is under DTMB, you know, Department of Management Budget, and it originally was built for the state police, but obviously it grew very fast, and they found out the advantages to it, you know, to be able to interoperate, and so it grew well beyond the state police, and that's why they took it out of the state police's hands, basically handed over to DTMB. So it's not going anywhere. It's going to continue to grow. Millions and millions of dollars have been put into it. We're putting millions and millions of dollars in new towers in the metro, Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Ottawa County area right now. So they're adding to the tower network that was already there. So it's going to continue to grow. You know, one of the neat things, although it's not used very often, is that, you know, I can take my radio, and if I have a meeting down in southern Michigan, I mean, I have instant communications right back to my dispatch.
Just as if you was home, huh?
So yeah. So I mean, it's very it's user friendly. It's not that complex. You know, the workings of it are complex, but that's stuff that you don't need to know. The main thing you need to know is you press a push to talk button and you get instant communication.
And that's what we're struggling with.
Do you know of any, in our county, any area that the radio wouldn't work?
No, it's they list on the, you know, on their system 98% coverage across the state. I'd say it's more like 100%. For a mobile radio, handheld radios is another story. You know, if you get inside buildings, like down in the Clare area, our Clare officers, you know, receive some bonk, you know, inside the buildings, and there are ways around that. It's a training issue. You know, nothing against law enforcement. I was a law enforcement officer myself, but you know, unfortunately, they forget fast. They get set in a routine, and then they forget how to change, you know, how to change talk groups and how to, you know, I mean, we that's a constant battle, but you know, yeah. But no, there's no dead spots that we've ever found. Not in our county. I mean, in fact, I can't tell you of a dead spot I've found anywhere that I've been in the state so far. So.
Yeah, we just had an instance this past storm with Central trying to get a hold of us, which they got a hold of the foreman, but the foreman could not get a hold of the
Driver.
tree crew out there trying to cut the trees. We had an ambulance trapped, couldn't get to it.
Yeah, in fact, was that the one that we plowed in with our V-plow at Harrison Fire?
Exactly.
That pulled a 14-hour shift to Harrison Fire on Saturday.
So
we plowed an ambulance.
That's what we hope to eliminate, is stuff like that, and being able to respond.
See, in that instance, what we can do, here's how the 800 system works, is that we could have all moved to a common talk group, and we could have all functioned. You would be able to talk to the ambulance, the fire truck, your road commission truck, and central dispatch at the, you know, all at the same group. So, and then everybody goes back after that event's over, back over to their own talk groups, and you continue to function. So
That was my next question. Can we shut them people out?
Yeah.
And you can't.
yeah. In fact, we recommend when a training is don't scan.
Oh, yeah.
Don't scan your radio like, you know, the firefighters like to, you know, scan the radio and hear everything that's going on. But, you know, in 800s, sometimes that's detrimental. You know, you don't want to scan.
I remember we used to get other people's traffic.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you're not gonna, and you're able to shut that out, and they're not gonna hear us.
There's no skip on 800. You're not going to hear, you know, a fire department and
I see, nothing like
the
that.
county or no. This is a digital trunk system. You're talking, you know, you radio to radio through the intellipeaters. So, yeah, it's phenomenal. You'll have no more infrastructure costs, so your repeaters, your
Towers,
antennas, your
stuff.
licensing and all that stuff is not needed. So you won't need your VHF system anymore. You don't need to maintain that. You don't need to maintain licensing, or you're paying for probably licenses and things like that for digital radio or for GPS, or you won't need that anymore. So yeah, that's a non-issue. So.
And then can you give us a little information as far as what service Crouch provides in our county?
Yeah, Crouch is our primary radio service provider for Clare County Central Dispatch. They're our only provider. They do all of our maintenance, all of our service on our radio systems for Clare County Public Safety. There are other radio vendors out there. Crouch is the authorized Motorola dealer for the My Deal. I don't know if you are familiar with My Deal. That's how I purchase most of my radios for Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Is on My Deal. You don't have to worry about competitive bidding. You don't have to worry about any of that with My Deal. My Deal negotiates the best price with Motorola directly, and then works with the authorized dealer to supply in the area. So once you do it, you don't have to worry about the women and minority business bidding process. You don't have to worry about that because they've already negotiated that. So you're going to get the best price. There's no bidding against another dealer or another agency or whatever.
Oh, I see, there's, okay.
That's
Yeah,
where
you
we
get
buy
the
our
best rate.
Right.
Pardon me?
That's where we buy our
We
trucks.
buy our
Yeah.
trucks
It's
that
state
way,
purchasing is
Right.
is
Right.
And we're doing all that, and it's great on my Homeland Security side, but because oh my God, when I buy a computer, it's like, oh Jesus, there's 10,000 vendors out there, and with My Deal, we don't have to worry about that, especially.
Yeah, we buy our equipment like this through that, our trucks.
So you're going to get the best deal. As far as your radio vendor, I mean, there's other vendors out there, but Crouch is the authorized Motorola vendor for this area under My Deal, and that's why we do that. But again, you can buy. There's other radios out there that are approved on the 800 system. You don't have to buy Motorola. We buy Motorola in public safety because. The other night at the fire department, I dropped my radio, from here right straight down on the bottom of it, and pink, and I took my radio up and it's in my pocket and it still works fine. That's why I buy Motorola. That's what we want. One of my other firefighters had a different brand the other night. He dropped his radio. He just called me last night. He said, "Can we send my radio when my radio doesn't work anymore?" So
Yeah.
that's why we buy. We pay a little bit more for it, but it does work.
Yeah.
get what you pay for.
Better off forever.
Yeah, Kenwood's out there. Kenwood's a good brand. We've got a lot of Kenwood in the fire departments. It's approved. You can only buy what's approved on the system.
Yeah,
And the state goes through an entire process of vetting radios and radio vendors before they'll let them on the system. So it doesn't matter that you are a company over here and you develop an 800 radio that works on digital trunking. You can't just put it on the state system. It has to be approved and go through an entire vetting process. So, anything that's on there is vetted. But there's many other brands on there. So.
Sounds good. Thanks.
well, that's good, Jerry.
I got a question for you while
Sure.
I got you here. It's kind of unrelated. If
Sure.
you get on this program, I've been a long time advocate of an eyes and ears program. And do you know anything about the training for eyes and ears program for us reporting things to the police or, we're on the lookout. I'm going to talk to the sheriff.
Neighborhood watch? Is
Yeah,
that
it's kind of a rolling neighborhood watch. We've got 25 trucks out there. If we see something,
Mhm.
I'd like to be able to coordinate with the sheriff's department to say, hey, we got a steady stream of traffic going to this neighborhood for maybe a reason we shouldn't. And I'd also like to get into the schools and teach the kids that this truck is somebody you can ask for help if you need it. They used to have a program, they put a sticker on the truck, and they trained the guys, if there was a little kid that needed help, they know they could go to that truck and get a policeman, stuff like that. I'd like to start a program like that.
Yeah, once
Good idea.
post-COVID, let's go post-COVID
right.
here.
Yeah.
Post-COVID, we're in the schools a lot, under
Yep.
my office. We oversee a lot of different functions in the school system. You're more than welcome to tag along, with either,
Yep.
fire does programs, law enforcement does programs, I do programs. So just coordinate with me, and I'm sure we can have you tag, at the schools and get in there. Maybe do
We've
some
been in
programs.
some school stuff too, but it's just one of them things that, I just think it'd be a great use of, I don't want our guys getting in police business, but if they see something, I want them to be able to report it to a certain spot, But I also want the public, if they see that sticker on that truck, they know they can go to they can get 911, these guys get 911 for you and get you help, that kind of thing.
And that's the key with the 800 system too, is that, you know, I've already preempted, we've got a spare radio node in our council. I've already contacted Crouch. We're already working up the figures right now to add your talk group directly into each one of our dispatch stations. So you will be directly into it. So yeah, you're gonna pick up the microphone, you're gonna talk directly to dispatch anytime you want. They're gonna talk directly to you just by pressing the button through their headset. You're gonna have your own icon, just like the fire departments and police and everything right on their screens. So it'll be instant communication. So yeah, that adds another 25 more sets of eyes out
Right.
there. You know, that's why I've been a proponent of scanners for years. Scanners can be used against us and they can be used for us. But you know, when I take 100 people that have got a scanner out there that are watching for a stolen car, we just had another pursuit yesterday in southern Clare County, out of Isabella County, of a stolen vehicle. That's another 100 sets of eyes out there,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
to
right.
make a phone call. So
And I want the people to know, and you know, if they have that phone service, that truck can get you 911, you know?
most definitely,
I
yeah.
want them to know that.
Yeah, and they, you know, I don't know what your training program is, but I mean, I imagine you have basic first aid kits and
Yep.
things like that on
Yeah.
board, and
Right.
you know, I mean, we have AEDs in our patrol cars and stuff, and you know, and we're carrying basic trauma gear too. We're expanding that out, you know, to include a lot of trauma stuff. We had it's funny because we put tourniquets in a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, we started putting tourniquets in all the county buildings and in all of our jump kits and our trunks and everything. And thinking that, you know, the tourniquets were going to be used for, you know, an active shooter situation probably or something like that. And we've had 2 saves this year, and both of them were non-related to shootings. One was a amputation here on Snow Snake. A guy got his leg caught in the, you know, snow auger thing. And then we also had an amputation of an arm out on at the logging at what is Heinz's out there at the North Interchange.
Yeah.
So 2 life saves by a $4 tourniquet. So that's pretty good. I think that's money well spent. So
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you, Jerry, for
Yeah.
yeah, if you have
Appreciate-
any questions, you guys know.
Well, yeah,
communicate
appreciate
with you all the
that.
time, so. Yeah, and again, I'll do all your training for free. You don't have to worry about hiring somebody to do that. So.
Well, that was sure helpful. It
Very good,
cleared
thanks.
up a lot of things for me. Thank
This
you.
is our proposal we had in our last.
Same.
Yeah.
Are we looking,
Big one.
I mean, I think we should just go forward with it, but that's what my opinion is. It's
Well, you
been an
have more-
ongoing thing, it's needed to happen for a long time.
You got more information now than you had last week.
Should we be considering, I think, a couple things, is the 3 versus the 5-year program versus, paying for it all up front if the contract allows? You're looking at $13,000 in interest on a 3-year program and $17,000 in interest on a 5-year.
5, yeah.
So, not charge the budget per se, but do we have the funds to, does it make any sense to pay it off right up front and save the $13,000 or $17,000 versus the 3 and 5 year?
Do we have the money in the budget?
Yeah.
In the equipment fund,
Equipment fund, yeah.
I believe there was money left over. I think I was gonna have around 250,000 left over that we were gonna roll, but we could use it.
To save $13,000.
Good idea.
I'm never in favor of paying interest. I don't know. about
No
you,
way.
You don't have to.
Jerry.
Yes,
We did the same thing at the county. We couldn't afford to buy all brand new 800 nodes a couple years ago.
yeah.
We did the same thing. Went on the lease program. In the 3 and the 5 year, we did it 3 years, paid it off, and saved the interest money. Yeah, that's
Sure.
good. Yeah.
Sure.
Just move money around and stuff. But yeah, good move.
But I think if we have the
It's
funds
something to
available,
Do it.
we should do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll make that motion. If we have available funds to,
I'll second.
act in the best interest here of the county and purchase these radios.
Are you good with that, Dwayne? You think it can happen?
I was just gonna say,
Can
if we look at it,
Look at it first.
would
and-
you, no, that's fine, if you, we,
If you look at something, you see there's a problem.
what if, cause Kayla tells me we
Right.
don't have money all the time.
Oh, yeah, okay. I understand.
No,
Well,
what
that's
if,
right, that's right.
is it
No, I was just
3-year
thinking
option?
that.
Would you rather not? Would you rather, I'm just asking if,
Well, it's a $13,000 question
Yeah.
you know,
on 3 years. You can what if yourself right out of a good decision.
right,
So I would suggest that we do pay for it up front, and if we run into a situation whatever that situation might be,
Take care of it then.
we can deal with that at that time.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we were working on our 2021
But
budget, so
Yeah,
we can
that's
just, we can make adjustments.
Just
That was
make it
another,
through that,
that's
okay.
another thing, the budget, we don't know what's gonna come next year. We
Right,
don't-
yeah.
There's gonna be some fallout here, we
Yeah.
don't know what our money's gonna, we're gonna get whacked.
oh yeah, we are.
I'm
no
quite
doubt.
sure of that, so we
we
gotta
can
be
make a
cautious.
dis- We can only make a decision
Right.
based on the information we
Well,
have.
it's,
Right.
that's why it's a working
I was gonna
budget,
say,
we just gotta keep
We get this
rolling,
done and it's
but-
done,
Right.
then we can worry about the other one, as they come. We're gonna have to, we might have to make cuts, we might not, we don't
Well,
know.
we might, that's a working budget,
Right,
that's what,
right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's always-
what
right,
happens.
it's
that's
always
what that's
fluid.
all about.
Yeah.
But I think we're on the right track.
All
if
right,
we,
Kayla, then, yes.
Yeah.
Very good, Karen, Dick.
Yes, yes.
Input, Jonah? Any input?
Only, there might be you know, they gave us two options in the beginning, you know, 3 or 5. There might be a little bit of a discount if you pay cash, paid up for it cash, I don't know.
Do you know if there is,
Well,
Jerry?
yeah.
Have you heard of
No,
anything?
this is a lease.
This-
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
it's
a-
like
Okay.
going to buy a lease a car.
I
It's
see.
the same thing.
It's the
You're
same
not-
thing,
you're
so we're not
getting
gonna-
any-
Yep.
Yeah, my deal is the best
You already
pricing
get
up front,
discount.
and Motorola does the lease systems.
Okay,
that you
that's-
can take, yeah.
So there's nothing else.
There's not gonna be any additional costs if you do it like that.
Right,
We did that at the county, I mean, we had to do some, at the 911 dispatch center.
Yeah,
We had to juggle that a little bit a few years ago to juggle some numbers here and there, but we did the same thing, we looked at the 3 and the 5 year, and it was like, hey, can we pull this off? Maybe squeeze it and save, you know,
Mhm.
it was a lot more than 13,000 for us. And, we were able to do that, so we saved a lot of money
well,
by
sure.
doing that.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. You
Yeah.
got-
heck yeah.
All right. We'll go into new business now. COVID vaccine, next on the list.
You wanna talk to him? on that?
Huh?
The COVID.
We're just going on into new business.
Oh,
Number one.
Just, we had a sign-up sheet go out yesterday. I had to get back with, County Road Association. They, went to the Capitol building and got us labeled as essential workers,
Mhm.
especially with the winter time right now, snow plowing necessity. So,
Good.
we turned in a sign-up sheet, and there's County Road Associations kind of taking it from there. They're trying to get all the data from all the road commissions, see how many vaccines everybody wants, and then they're gonna let us know as far as distribution. So there's a possibility in like 2 to 3 weeks,
Oh, yeah,
vaccines will be available to our employees.
to the road commissions, huh?
Yeah, all throughout the state.
Yeah.
And MDOT workers and road commissions, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, they got transportation added into the first.
Yeah.
Round.
So you do have a sign-up list, right? You got,
We
'cause
did-
you
we
talked-
had
They
a-
turned it in.
Yeah, they only
Got
had
an
a,
email late Friday
Yeah.
night, and it was like, we need everything
Yeah.
turned in by Tuesday, so it happened fast, but
Okay, that
that's where
sounds,
we're at.
that sounds good. Okay, well, number 2, we're on the gray barn now.
So the gray barn,
Oh.
I've been, Dave and DJ and myself, we're moving forward. I'm trying to get it wired for electricity and lights. Then we're gonna insulate it, and then we're gonna add heating, and then some new overhead automatic doors. Cause our storage is just,
What is the size of that building?
60 by 120.
Okay. So we can get our access trucks in there?
yep.
The
Then
ones
I
that's out-
wanna,
okay.
and we're gonna get a couple storage containers, and there's stuff in the brown or
Brown.
red.
Ah,
So we're gonna
The
move
old
some stuff
building.
out of the brown barn into storage containers, like mulch blanket, fabric, silk fence, stuff that doesn't, we don't want it in the weather, but it's taking up building space. So we're gonna move that there, we're gonna rearrange, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have plow trucks in the gray barn
We'll have our equipment
that we
under
don't have to
cover.
plug in, they're ready to go, they can melt off. And then, our more expensive equipment will be in a heated building, so. I just think it
Oh, I do
take care of
too.
our equipment way
Oh,
better. I mean, to wire it, electric and lighting were $7,000. Dave's been getting bids from local vendors, so we've got the electrician lined up for maybe this week yet. He said we got a low bidder for the insulation, and I think he's waiting on bids for the.
I received one bid back for the heating. I've got two more I'm waiting on.
Kind of insulation spray or what?
We're gonna just spray foam the whole thing. Yep.
How many bids did you put out for the heating? 3?
I did 3 for the foam and 3 for the heat
Yeah.
and 2 for the electric.
Okay.
Just we followed our
Yeah.
purchase policy rules. So.
Well, that's good.
So that's going to be starting. It's going to be phased
Soon.
in, but hopefully by midwinter we're utilizing that barn more than we have been in the past. So
Good.
And I'm
Definitely on the
communicating
right
with
track there, yeah.
DTE right now to try to get a service brought to that barn. We're looking at the easiest route, and we're thinking, I was originally thinking from the road, but one of the foremans actually thought of, what if we could kind of tie in the service going to Cook's over there? It would actually
Oh,
be about 50 feet.
Yeah,
Oh,
come
yeah.
off that side road there.
Yeah, so it would really save a lot.
Oh, yeah.
By doing that, so. But I've got emails to DTE, and they're gonna give me a call back. We'll be working with them on that, so.
okay. So it's looking favorable then.
Making progress.
It's definitely,
Making progress,
definitely
yes.
needed.
Okay. Number 3. Yeah. Why did you put that on there?
Congratulations, Nick.
Yes, well
Dick's
earned.
retirement. Thank you.
Well earned.
Thank you. This
Thank
is my
you,
last
Clare.
meeting, so
24 years?
24. Yeah. 4 6-year terms.
Yeah.
So I appreciate.
Got you a
your-
little something.
Oh, you did. Huh?
Go ahead and open it up.
Well, this is going to be exciting.
Early
It's
Christmas.
like early Christmas, Dad.
Oh my goodness gracious sakes! Look at that. It goes this way. Oh.
Upside down.
There you go,
I got
Dad.
it
Here.
right. Oh yeah.
There,
It goes like this.
Yep, and then you can read it. Other way.
you
There you
read
go.
it. Just like that.
Oh, I see now. I got my bifocal focus. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication throughout the years. You will be missed. The best
Take
is
the mask
yet
off
to
for the
come.
picture.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
your mask
Oh,
off.
I will take that off. There, well, I
You wanna-
I'll
really,
let these guys
I
get
really
first.
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Can you hold it down just a little bit, Dick?
Yes, I
There you
will.
go.
That
Okay,
is
look
nice.
up here.
Smile.
Oh, yes, that's
Look over at me, Dick. I need to have you to pose.
Oh, yeah, I'll post you.
Gotcha.
Okay, and I got a retirement balloon and some popcorn. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But this is very nice. Appreciate that. Very nice.
You make sure you put that by your chair every day.
Oh,
so
I
your
will.
wife knows.
It'll be sitting out in the proper place. You know? I'll take a picture of that too.
There you go.
Hopefully,
24 years.
when COVID gets done, we can go to lunch, my man.
Yeah,
we get this
when
COVID
COVID
stuff
gets done, maybe we can do something like
Okay.
You don't want to sit outside right now, Billy?
No, I'm not into that sitting outside stuff. I really hasn't figured out that outdoor seating
I
stuff.
haven't
You can go
either.
to Midland, they have the igloos.
The igloos, yeah.
Well,
Mount
I
Pleasant,
seen that
that's
this
good.
morning, and they do up north too. They got the igloos, and actually Trails End's got
Trails
one.
End's opening tomorrow
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
If
Well,
I'm gonna
anyway.
go out, if I'm gonna go out to eat, it ain't gonna be out in an igloo. So,
Anyway, it's been a good ride. 24 years has been good. I've enjoyed it, and I certainly appreciate all the townships, the 16 townships that I've worked with over the years, and the driving public in general. I've done everything I could for them, and they've been very, very good to work for. Public has been good to work for. I didn't get a lot of complaints, but anything that would come up, I would try to make sure it was taken care of. So I'm happy about that.
We've been great to work with, Dick.
Yes, for sure.
Been a lot of changes in that time, hasn't
Oh,
there?
a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of changes, exactly. You know, there's been some hard decisions to make over the years. But I've always been the kind of a guy, when I was on the fire department, an officer, we had to make some snap decisions in a hurry. That's a different story. But on the road commission, when something was very important, I never made a snap decision. I thought about it for a long time, you know, pretty slow.
I've watched you do it. You do it with an open mind and no arrogancy.
Before
that's
I
for
would
sure.
actually
Yep.
drop the hammer or make a decision. So that's one thing I'm thankful for the public to put up with me all those years. Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
You're done with this,
Yeah,
huh?
you're done with us.
Yeah. You got that right.
That's gonna get ugly now.
You don't want to keep talking, Dick?
No.
Come on, we can keep talking about you.
That's fine, thank you very much. Commissioner reports, that's done.
We got correspondence
Yeah, we got some correspondence to do.
Staff.
and staff reports.
Yeah. Is there any correspondence at all? No? Nothing in the mail or nothing like that?
Nope.
Staff reports, did you have any more?
No, just the guys
Yeah.
worked really hard this past weekend. Took care of the storm, I thought, really good. So
That's
there was
for
a lot
sure.
that went into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
You're all set?
I'm all
Okay.
set.
Dave, you got anything?
It was all pretty much touched on with the, you know, the bridge. You know, I was gonna talk about that and then the storm. But, we've got a few guys out there this was their first winter event that they got involved with, so I'd just like to say thanks to the veteran guys that kinda took them under their wing. And it's a
Helped 'em.
little overwhelming when you've never done it before.
You bet.
And that was, Nate actually said it's probably the heaviest snow he's dealt with in the
It
last
was
17
extremely
years.
heavy.
So those guys got thrown in full
Extremely
force.
heavy without no frost under it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
There was a lot
you're
of
fighting
variables
two different things.
to deal with, and the guys really did well, and I
Good.
appreciate the work of our guys that's been here a while, and's been through that, to show the new guys the ropes. It's pretty cool to see that teamwork coming to play.
Yeah,
Went out-
you guys worked
Went
together.
pretty good for
Wow,
us, you know.
on it.
Good.
And you were out cutting trees, weren't you, Dave?
I was
You and Brian.
feeling it.
That's good.
Well, good.
I think I was the only one not out cutting.
Yeah, what
trees.
the heck, Dwayne?
I wanted to, and they wouldn't let me.
They didn't let Don and I.
They said they didn't have time to take me to Irving.
They
They
didn't
told
have-
me to stay home.
they
Thank
didn't-
you, Dave, for saving
there
us
is
some
that.
bills.
Sometimes
They
it's
was
on your
just-
head.
They had enough to look after besides looking
right.
after you, huh?
They just saved us some money.
All right, let's move on.
They could have put
Very
in bubble
good.
wrap.
Okay, we're down to the commissioners.
No, Dick, I haven't been able to attend any meetings. I've contacted a few supervisors and talked to them. Everybody seems to be doing well.
Okay,
No issues come up, so
very good.
I know,
I'm
it's been
happy.
quiet.
You're happy,
It's been
all right.
nice.
Karen?
Well, I'm just gonna miss you and Merle.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
Merle's last
Merle's
meeting too.
yes.
And hope we see you again. So,
You hang in
But
there,
I'm
you're
gonna
doing a
miss
nice
ya.
job. Thank you.
I was gonna talk more about you, but I'm not going to now.
That's okay, I think we've had enough time. We're good.
But otherwise, it's been quiet. You guys did a great
Yeah.
job this weekend, so. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate
Merle,
you.
thank you.
Yes,
Oh, you're welcome.
thank you very much.
Yes,
It
Merle.
was
Yep,
good
thanks.
working with you.
I have nothing to
honestly.
report other than been great working with everybody and, hopefully, I'll see you again.
Well,
A
yes,
little
you
bit
come
of
in,
time I've known you, I've enjoyed it too.
come
Thanks.
in, you've done a very nice job for us, very nice.
Now you guys.
I think it's appropriate that Merle is recycled. I mean,
There you go.
considering he came from.
Merle's
the
recycled.
refuse industry, I've been with him for
Yeah.
decades, so, and it just keeps getting recycled. So he'll pop up again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
Well, you were in the garbage
Not going
business
anywhere.
how long,
He'll
Merle?
recycle.
40
right?
years.
Yeah.
That's right.
We get recycled. I retired from the fire department,
Yeah.
came back. I mean,
You
Kinda
bet.
like acid wash
You bet.
jeans,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
It'll get recycled.
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
did my stint on the fire department too back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day you did, yeah, yeah,
No, that's all I have. Thanks for everything.
okay. Is there anybody else, anything else? Alrighty. Declare the meeting adjourned.